Hey guys, how's it going? It's Zach here with Key to Survival. Today we're gonna do just a short video on what they call a ninja shelter. It's not a big deal. It's something you can make in a hasty situation. You know, there isn't a whole lot of effort that comes with it. We haven't done a video in a long time. Survival. We've been kind of getting caught up with the tactical branch of Key to Survival. But today I just wanted to emphasize today on a very simple shelter that takes maybe 5 minutes to set up. We were supposed to do one in a other video, but due to weather complications, we never really had time to get it done. So today what I'm going to do is we're just going to do a quick video putting up a hasty, what do we call it, a ninja shelter. It's quick, one-person shelter. I got my pack with me today, and one thing I wanted to go over today first, before we even get into that, is making sure you do your personal checks and your personal inspections. Check your gear and inspect your gear. Not only just check to make sure you have it, make sure it works. Make sure your blade isn't dull. Today, I have two of these, and I walked out of my house with one that didn't work. The battery was dead on it, and I didn't know it. My son had ran the battery out, so make sure you check your gear. You know, if you have a flashlight, make sure that it didn't accidentally get bumped and left on in your pack. You would really be out of luck if you don't check your lighter and you get out there to make a fire and you're like, oh, that's okay, I got a lighter with me today, and it got wet, or it's been sitting in the bottom of your pack and and it got bumped to where it wasn't where all the fumes got out of it. You know, so you want to make sure all the fuel got out of it. You want to make sure you check your gear. You want to make sure you have all of your gear. So you want to do personal checks and personal inspections of all your gear. It's something that you'll learn. If you're new to this, you'll learn as you go along to make sure you check your gear. Today we're just in a little stretch of land in between my house and a national forest, so we're just we've just moved into this house, so I'm just checking the area around. There's tons of squirrels here, which is a good sign. Tons of squirrels. So later on, I'm probably going to do a video on what's it called? Different snare traps and stuff like that. But for today, we're just going to stick to the ninja shelter. Thanks for watching and stay tuned. First thing you want to do is find a tree that'll work. Right, this tree is perfect right here. There's a little bit of bushes, or there's a little bit of stuff around it. But all you got to do is clear out a little area that you want to use. It helps to move the top layer of dirt, especially during the winter, or during the summer, when there's lots of bugs that are hanging around and stuff, spiders. During the winter right now, it's not that bad. There's not a lot going on, so you really don't have to clear too much. But especially like in the jungle, you want to clear out the area you're going to be laying in, just to clear any bugs, poop, anything like that you might be laying on. All right, now we're going to get to putting the shelter up. All right, I'm going to set the camera over here. Make sure I got a good view. Yeah, so just stay there. Sorry about the branch. This right here is all I need. I got my poncho and some bungee cords, and there's a few tent poles in here. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this up real quick for you. All right, I just cleared this area out. Hold on. Okay, live little spruce here. Man, this thing's like a root. Doesn't want to come out. There we go. Perfect. These live little spruces are harder to kill. Alright, now all I gotta do, make sure you have a poncho. I mean, that's my favorite type of making a shelter is using a poncho. So I always carry this tiny little poncho pack with me, with this poncho in there. Take it out. Take one of these bungee cords. Stick it one end through this hole right here, boom, like that. You're going to wrap the other end around your tree, do this. You know what? This one's actually too small. Put that other one. So that one was just too, wasn't bungee enough. Okay. Thought I picked a good tree. Alright, then you need 3 tent poles. These are the pretty easy ones. The only problem with them is they come out of the ground a lot. Make sure it's nice and tight. Down the ground. This one over here. Bring it up as far as you can. Give you as much room as possible. Out here as far as possible. I'm gonna have to adjust that one over there. Now you're gonna have to adjust these every once in a while. I don't know if I'm even in camera frame, but you're obviously gonna have to adjust these things just to make the most room possible. There we go. I'll take the inside of it real quick. There you go. It's real easy. Comes up in a matter of seconds. And you will for sure fit in there. All the water runs off perfectly. That's one way to do it. There's other ways to do it also. To get it set up, you can adjust this one over in here. This pin, you can move it farther back. You got to lower this a little bit down on the tree so you have more distance that way. It gives you a little bit more room to work with. But that's pretty simple and straightforward. Now, one thing I wanted to point out, it's warm out here for a winter day, February. One thing I do want to point out is making sure you check the tree that you're going to use. Check the trees around you too. One of the things that I can't stress enough is making sure there's no dead limbs, dead branches that are rotting at the top of your tree. So one of the things you do when you pick a tree is you don't just pick a tree that looks cool or looks like it's sturdy. You want to make sure that there's nothing. No dead branches that could fall if you get a nice heavy wind up above you and fall on top of your tent. And you can see up there, there's nothing really looking that dead. It's kind of hard to tell it during the winter. But if something looks rotted, why not pick a different tree? Something that doesn't look so bad off. You can see, I don't know if you can tell on the camera, but, oh gosh, out there's a little bit of a water runoff too. So if I need to collect water, it's still water from melted rain, but I have stuff to to boil water, so it's a good little water source while you're in a survival situation. But there you go. This is what we call a ninja shelter. It's pretty easy to make. Just 3 tent poles and a bungee cord. Now I also have in my pack a nice big wool blanket to lay down and lay in. I try not to carry, call me crazy, but I try not to carry a big ass sleeping bag because it's hard to travel with sleeping bags. So a lot of the time people don't travel with sleeping bags. If you're just camping for a day, you might just, and that's another thing you want to do, is kind of line the ends over here with leaves, as many leaves as possible. And then if you want to, you can even build kind of like a lean-to over top of your tent, over top of it, to give it more of a sturdier protection and insulation more. During the winter, this isn't the warmest, so it would behoove you to do that, to add. It would definitely behoove you to add insulation with leaves or straw or branches, bark, anything like that you can find, because this is definitely not the warmest for sure during the winter. But it'll get you out of the elements as far as, you know, if it's cold out, you know, rain, even snow, to keep it off. You get a nice little fire going next to this tree, and you should be squared away. But that's it for this video. I wanted to kind of make it short. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.